Hello everyone, I am Frisel H. Igham, and today I am going to tackle the chapter 3 all about portfolios. So let's have a quick background about the portfolios. Portfolios were popular in the 1990s, but their use decreased. Why? Because of the concerns about reliability and the growing importance of large-scale accountability tests. But they are making a comeback, exciting and engaging digital possibilities, which increase scrutiny on basing teacher evaluation on students' academic progress. So, what are portfolios, or how do you define a portfolio? Portfolios are prominently used in art, architecture, modeling, photography, and journalism. They document proficiency, skill, style, and talent with examples of actual work. In education, a portfolio is purposeful, systematic process of collecting and evaluating student formative and/or summative assessments to document progress towards attainment of learning targets. However, they are limited, meaningful collections of work, and it includes guidelines for the selection of contents, criteria for scoring, and student self-reflection. How do we know that a certain portfolio is effective? An effective portfolio is purposeful, is systematic and well organized, contains meaningful work, has pre-established guidelines, engages students in selection, evaluation, and reflection, motivates students, and last but not the least, documents process based on clear, well-specified scoring criteria. So what are the characteristics of a good or effective portfolio? I have here 9 characteristics of an effective portfolio. 1. Clearly defined purpose in which it is aligned with the learning targets, standards, and the 21st century skills. Number 2. Systematically organized in which the collection of student work products were organized. 3. High student engagement and motivation. 4. Individualized student artifacts. 5. Pre-established guidelines used to establish contents. We also have 6. Some students' reflection of contents. 7. Student self-reflection. 8. Clear and appropriate criteria for evaluating student products. And we also have, last but not the least, number 9, conferences between the students and teachers to review and evaluate. So these are the characteristics of an effective portfolio. So what are portfolios? We have two types of portfolios. We have the documentation portfolio and the growth portfolio. So what is a documentation portfolio? It shows student works that illustrates achievement. And what is growth portfolio? It reveals change in student proficiency over time. So what are the different types of portfolios? We have the documentation, celebration, competence, project, and growth. So let's define the four. In the documentation celebration, it shows students' best work. In the documentation competence, it shows level of achievement reached in relation to learning targets. In the documentation project, it illustrates competence on completion of single task. And in growth, it shows improvement of students' competence over time. Before we move on to the examples of each of the types of portfolios, let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages about the portfolios. So the advantages of having portfolio assessments is it combines the strength of performance assessments as well as having a continuous record of achievement. It also engages students in self-evaluation and reflection, which leads to goal setting and encourage and support critical thinking. It also involves student in collaborative assessment, integrate assessment with learning, as well as focus on self-improvement and enhance student motivation. Explaining progress to parents, and also they are flexible, especially digital ones. However, we also have disadvantages. And what are those? One is scoring. Since time is consuming, not consistent, the criteria are too general or raters are untrained. So is that it needs time and resources. Why? To design, to review and score, and to get training. Lastly, one of the disadvantages also the evidence of competency is needed for each learning target being evaluated. So I have here examples of portfolios. In secondary writing portfolios, we have reflection, indicating how you have improved writing. We also have essay examination answer. And we also have initial draft of essay demonstrating your ability to agree a position. In secondary geometry portfolio, we have quizzes and chapter tests. We have geometric terms with definitions. And we also have illustrations of or like identifying different types of shapes.